Manchester by the Sea is written and directed by Kenneth Lonergan, and it tells the story of a handyman who is portrayed by Casey Affleck. And he is forced to take care of his teenage nephew after his father dies. He does this while also struggling with aspects of his dark and tormented past that lingers over him and that he cannot quite get over. I was looking forward to this movie quite a bit, because we now enter the portion of the year where we push aside and brush off all of the big summer blockbusters and all of the big, giant, massive movies, and we move into Oscar season. Because this was one of those movies that was getting a lot of Oscar buzz, and I completely understand why. Because Manchester by the Sea is a powerful, emotional film that is carried along by stellar performances. Casey Affleck is going to win the Oscar this year. It's just as simple as that. He's going to win. Mark my words. Mark your calendars, people. He's going to win. He gives a subtle and subdued performance and acts like an actual person. He completely disappears into this movie. He's not being showy. He's not saying, "Hey everyone! Hey everyone! I am an actor. This is what acting is. Please give me the Oscar." He is so remarkable as this character. He is 100% dialed in every single scene, and he translates such a well-written screenplay into a fully realized character. Michelle Williams plays a character that's involved with this character's past, and she is out of control good in this movie. Her character does have more opportunities to really flex her acting muscles more, though. She's not in the movie a lot, but when she is, it's more of a dramatic scene, so she really is able to show off what she can do. She is so incredible and so heartbreaking, and she absolutely will get nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Lucas Hedges, who's a relatively new actor, portrays Casey Affleck's nephew in this movie. And he, like his other two co-stars, gives a great performance in this film. This was such a great breakout role for him because this is one of his first movies where he really gets to be at the forefront of it. And I was blown away. This kid's like my age, and he completely just knocked it out of the park. And in my opinion, he kind of has an outside shot on getting Best Supporting Actor. And that's in essence what makes this movie great. You have three dynamite performances pushing this movie along, all of which I wouldn't be surprised if they got nominations. And these actors are really allowed to show their range because of the great dialogue written by Kenneth Lonergan. This entire movie feels real. It feels like you are watching real life. It feels like you are watching real people go through real problems. And that's because this movie does such a great job incorporating this real and visceral dialogue into this film. And it's interesting because life isn't serious all the time. Life isn't dramatic all the time. Life isn't always funny all the time. And what this movie does so well is it incorporates humor into this movie and lets it flow naturally. And what was so refreshing about this movie is there is not a single aspect, not a single frame of this movie that feels Hollywoodized. Everything feels human. I left this movie and I just felt so impacted because I drove about an hour and a half to go see this movie, and on my ride back from the theater I was just sitting in the car in silence because this movie had such a massive impact on me. Because Casey Affleck's character isn't always the most likable person, and this movie does such a good job at piecing together the pieces of why he's like this. And I have only one gripe with this movie, just one. And like I said, Casey Affleck's character is a very distraught and angry person, and I'm not going to spoil why. In this entire film, he doesn't like talking about his feelings. He's very emotionally detached. And for me, I would have loved to have a "it's not your fault" moment. Because in that movie, Will is so emotionally detached throughout the entire film, and he kind of acts like a huge ass the entire movie. And Casey Affleck does a similar thing in this movie, except in Good Will Hunting, you have this moment where Matt Damon's character just completely breaks down. And he never really does that. And I would have liked just one scene where he just loses it and just opens the floodgates and just completely crumbles from all of the things that are going wrong with his life. Because if he would have lost it, then I would have lost it, and then we'd all be crying, and it would be sad, and it would be great. And what's weird is this movie isn't sad per se. It's more depressing than anything else. I know that sounds odd, but hear me out. Because there's really not that one scene where it's like the movie telling the audience, this is the part where you're supposed to cry. The entire movie is just emotionally impacting. And when I left this movie, there was a good 20 minutes where I didn't know what to think. But with all that being said, I will tell you that I know this is a great film. It's being guided by 3 A-plus performances, a brilliant screenplay, and equally brilliant direction. And I'm willing to bet they're going to get at least 3 Oscar nominations for this movie. 1 for sure for Casey Affleck, 1 for sure for Michelle Williams, and I think probably 1 for Best Picture. It's totally possible that it could get more. I'm just saying it's going to get at least 3 minimum. So have you guys seen Manchester by the Sea? What did you think about it? What's the most depressing movie of all time? Leave your comments and your opinions down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you liked today's video. And if you did, click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews, movie-related things. I guess thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.